We used to sit beneath the tree, thinking about our pet hamster's name, our dream home, the magnificent wedding in that one cathedral. And as the leaves fell on her head, I would pick them from her hair and watch her enchanting smile. Well, today, as I subconsciously reached to pick the fallen leaves from her hair, I noticed she was no longer beside me, and I had spent the past hour looking at that tree, reminiscing about the moments I shared with her. But that's okay, because all things must come to an end eventually, good or bad, and we need to understand one thing as human beings. To grieve deeply is to have loved fully. Taking a walk around this world, I see remnants of the memories I built with her. Every pet I have in Minecraft, every animal I randomly chose to put a leash on and bring home to keep, they're all extensions of who she was. And with that, I am in a perpetual state of being in between forgetting her and holding on to her for the rest of my days, maybe even beyond that. And here's the part about love that could possibly be recognized as cruel. When you truly love someone, you don't just give them your heart, you give them a place inside you that they can never completely leave. And maybe that's the most beautiful thing about it. Or maybe it's the most painful. Because people change, people leave, sometimes without wanting to. And one day you find yourself remembering a person you used to talk to every night, wondering how someone who once felt like your entire world can become a stranger. You remember her voice, the way she laughed, the little things that she did, which you never thought you'd miss. And you realize you weren't prepared for the fact that one day those memories would be all you had left. But perhaps love was never meant to be about keeping someone forever. Perhaps love is being grateful that for a brief moment in this enormous world, two souls found each other. It's knowing that even if the story didn't have the ending you were hoping for, it was still worth reading. So if you ever lose someone you truly loved, don't convince yourself that it meant nothing. Don't wish away the memories just because they hurt. Let them hurt. Because pain is sometimes just love with nowhere left to go. And maybe someday you'll look back and realize you didn't lose the love. You simply became the person who was lucky enough to have known it. Now here's the hope that love leaves behind. Perhaps love isn't meant to end in a heartbreak. Perhaps after everything we've lost, there is still something worth believing in. Because love has a strange way of finding us again, not always as the person we expected, not always at the time we wanted, and sometimes not until we've almost stopped looking. But it comes. It can find you in a quiet conversation with someone who makes the world feel a little less heavy, in a laugh you haven't heard before, but somehow already feel at home with, in the moment you realize that your heart, despite everything, is still capable of opening, and that's the beautiful thing. But after every goodbye, the heart still whispers, what if? What if there is someone out there who will stay? What if there is a love that doesn't need to be chased, begged for, or held together with trembling hands? What if somewhere, someday, two people will meet, and neither of them will have to wonder if they're enough? Maybe hope is not believing that you'll never be hurt again. Maybe hope is believing that being hurt didn't make love any less beautiful. So don't be afraid to love again. And hey, I was once fragmented beyond recognition, a ruin of what I had been. Yet I have been restored to wholeness once more. So if it weren't possible to break the cycle, I wouldn't be making this video. And if you enjoy these kinds of stories, subscribe. Don't let the people who left convince you that everyone else will. Don't let the endings make you forget that some stories are still waiting to begin. Because somewhere ahead of you is a moment you haven't lived yet, a person you haven't met yet, a conversation you haven't had, a hand you haven't held, a laugh you haven't heard. And perhaps when that moment finally comes, you'll understand why every heartbreak couldn't be the end. Maybe love wasn't gone. Maybe it was simply waiting for you to find it again. And when you do, I hope you stay.